Well, the BudgIT campaign organization says its candidate has the number to emerge Speaker of the House of Representatives in the 9th National Assembly. Now, the campaign organization says 183 newly elected members of the House of Representatives have endorsed Honorable Femi BudgIT as Speaker of the 9th House and Alhaji Idris Wase as his deputy. Honorable BudgIT is collecting affirmation of votes members elect ahead of the inauguration of the 9th National Assembly on Tuesday.
The leader, he embodies or he personifies the leadership of Nigeria. And therefore, if you disappoint him, you are disappointing Nigeria. And we have no intention of disappointing Nigeria. So I want to thank Mr. President. I want to thank our party leaders. I want to thank the party APC for giving us this opportunity. I've thanked the members, but I'm thanking you again. I want to thank the PDP governors who received us when we did our tour, both Southeast and South-South. APGA governor and PDP governors. We were actually surprised. We went to these states expecting some kind of civil reception, but we got beyond what we expected. What did we get? We got their unequivocal endorsement. It is the reason why today you see several PDP members, several APGA members, in fact, 100% of APGA members, perhaps except, say, one, who are on board this train, who are nationalistic, detribalized, and understand the importance and are bought into this great vision of ours. I thank them. I thank the governors. I thank their leaders. There's so many people to thank, and we must thank Nigerians who have watched keenly, very keenly, this contest. It's on the front burner, and it's been on the front burner for months. The Nigerians are glued to their TVs. Nigerians read their newspapers beyond what they used to, just to know what's going on in the National Assembly. Now, when the country has become so involved, because we've had elections prior to this, every 4 years we have this. I don't know a time when Nigerians have gotten so involved as now. What does that tell you? It tells you they are very interested in who speaks, and I'll use that word, speaks for them. Because your speaker is speaking not for the House, simpliciter, but for Nigeria. And because Nigerians are interested and they have given us so much support, I want to thank them as well. Honorable colleagues, we have our work cut out for us as legislators. Nigerians are pilloried legislators, the National Assembly. Nigerians have said so much, a lot of it undeserved, but many of it deserved. And we have to be factual and be true to each other. This is a golden opportunity to change that narrative.
And it's not just the lawmakers that are looking forward to the inauguration of the 9th Assembly, as governors elected under the platform of the All Progressives Congress, APC, have thrown their weight behind Senator Ahmed Lawan as the party's choice for the position of Senate President, and of course Honorable Femi BudgIT as the Speaker. Kebbi State Governor Atiku Bagudu announced the position of the governors after a meeting attended by 15 All Progressives Congress governors in Abuja. Some of the governors who attended the meeting include those of Kebbi, Kwara, Ekiti, Lagos, Nasarawa, Edo, and Osun. Others are the governors of Kogi, Plateau, Niger, Gombe, and Kano. The governors of Borno and Kaduna were represented by their deputies at the meeting. The All Progressives Congress has a clear majority in the House of Representatives and has asked its members to back its choice of candidates for the leadership positions in both chambers of the National Assembly. Elsewhere, human rights group, the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, along with civil society groups BudgIT and Enough is Enough Nigeria, EIE, they filed a lawsuit at the Federal High Court seeking to stop the National Assembly Service Commission from paying the incoming members of the 9th Assembly over 4.68 billion naira as welcome package. SERAP, BudgIT and EIE say they are suing on behalf of themselves and more than 1,500 concerned Nigerians. In a statement, they accused the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission of failing to do any downward review of salaries and allowances of members of the National Assembly since 2007, despite the economic downturn in Nigeria. The statement reads in part, quote, "Unless the relief sought by the plaintiffs are granted, the defendants and members of the National Assembly will continue to benefit from these outrageous salaries and allowances in breach of the law and at the expense of millions of Nigerians living in extreme poverty." End of quote. Joined as defendants in the suit are the Senate President, Speaker of the House of Representatives, National Assembly Service Commission, and Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission. And to the controversy over the Kano Emirates, the Kano state government, they've denied any involvement with ongoing corruption allegations against the Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II. The Director General in charge of media and publicity to Governor Ganduje, Mr. Aminu Yasir, who was reacting to a meeting between the governor and the Emir in Abuja at the instance of Mr. Aliko Dangote and Governor Kayode Fayemi, says the meeting was just meant to iron out the issues raised by the creation of new emirates in the state. According to him, both parties agreed to maintain mutual respect for each other in the overall interests of the state. Mr. Yasir says investigations by the government into alleged financial impropriety by the Emirate Council are still ongoing, while the Emirate is also continuing its litigation in some courts against the government. And residents of Kaduna State are speaking out, asking the state government to intensify efforts at tackling the security challenges in several parts of the state. The citizens, including businessmen, human rights activists, traditional rulers, they're hoping that Governor Nasir El-Rufai's second coming will also witness massive socio-economic development.
The last 3 years, Kaduna State in the northwest region of the country has found itself in a very precarious situation, largely due to insecurity challenges ranging from kidnapping, armed robbery, and rural armed banditry. That is despite the state being blessed with abundant arable land and large mineral deposits, besides its rich human resources. Agriculture, which is the major revenue base of the state, seems to be under threat because many farmers no longer go to their farms for fear of being kidnapped or even killed by bandits.
We know some of the areas that some of these type of people, they do go and hide. At times, if we even go to the police station, they will tell us that they are not many. If they will release about 5 or 10 people to join with us, it will become a problem to them.
Our expectation was so high. We're expecting them to perform miracles. Actually, they cannot perform miracles because they are not God and they are not prophet, or they are not, what we call. But they did their best. But their best is not good enough for Kaduna State. We want them in this second to do more.
Many residents of Kaduna in their assessment say the first term of El-Rufai's administration recorded modest achievements in education, health and infrastructure. But now they are suggesting that the threat of insecurity is still a major problem and should be government's top priority.
One that worries me most is the security issues that are not yet resolved. Secondly, I want to see him do more on education. And I would want to encourage him to source for more internal revenue, because that is what is needed for him to do his job.
Our security arrangements need to also be improved. In terms of the security Groups, for instance, the police and the military and all that, there need to be a synergy between all the security agencies working together using the network.
I miss so much poverty.
Armed with a fresh mandate for another 4 years, Governor NASS El-Rufai, during his inauguration, conceded that no meaningful development can take place in an insecure environment.
We will continue to do our utmost to unite our state and rid our communities of strife. The pain of loss is unbearable, and it has been felt too frequently by too many of our fellow citizens.
Regardless of the promises made during the 2019 election campaigns, what is paramount for residents of Kaduna is for government to tackle insecurity that has become a threat to socio-economic development of the state.
The Nasarawa State Governor, Abdullahi Sule, is seeking partnership with the federal government to harness the solid mineral resources that abound in the state. He made the request during a visit to the Ministry of Mines and Steel Development in Abuja. The governor says exploiting the mineral resources is one of the policies he hopes will create employment and improve the economy of the state.
Nasarawa State, north-central Nigeria, is nicknamed home of solid minerals, and this is because of the huge deposits of numerous mineral resources in its 13 local government areas. In spite of this, exploration is very low, with 95% of mining licenses inactive. So far, 351 licenses have been issued by the federal government, but only 19 are active. For a sector that can provide jobs for a number of persons yet unutilized is a thing of concern for Governor Abdullahi Sule. Hence, this visit to the Federal Ministry of Mines and Steel Development to seek a renewed partnership with the federal government.
Revenue is important, but revenue comes actually, as far as we are concerned, maybe revenue comes last. Because the most important is to be able to promote economic activities, for our people and ensure that our people are employed legally, trained, and have the opportunities to be able to work in all these areas of licenses. We are also interested in requesting for some kind of database for some of these mining licenses, the owners. Because if we do have the information, then we'll be able to establish relationship with them.
The permanent secretary of the Ministry of Mines and Steel Development assures the governor of the federal government's readiness for an effective partnership.
Your Excellency, we are on the same page, and we are more than willing and ready to cooperate and collaborate and support you and your government.
Billions of naira is said to have been lost annually to informal and unregistered miners. In order to avert this, Governor Abdullahi Sule has promised to establish a solid minerals development agency that would oversee solid minerals exploration, which will in turn create employment and generate revenue for the state. Halima Gayam, Channels Television News.